Yes, I can hear you. Yes,
Q
I can see your screen.
for free.
So that if we do have any technical problems, we can get them remedied straight away. So I'm just going to open this up. Cool. So I've got all good, mate, from Ruan. Thanks. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can see the screen. Yes, all clear. Megan says all good, thanks. Yep, so it looks like we are going well. Irene, nice to see you. Andrea, Thinis, Justin, great, fantastic. So it's always good when technology works. Okay, so that's good, so you can see my screen. So when Zarelsi comes on, she'll be coming on the call very, very shortly. We'll just do probably a sound check and go from there. All good from South Africa, from Tanya. It's always interesting to know, where people are from. So, while we're just getting the final things ready, just put in the chat, where we're watching this webinar from. If you probably hear my funny accent, I'm from New Zealand and just sitting here in my office in New Zealand. It's about 7 a.m. in the morning. So we've got Dawn from California. Hi, Dawn. Where's everyone else from? We've got quite a few from South Africa. Elizabeth, Carolyn, Irene, Ruan, Megan. Hi, Herman. Connie. We've got Marcus. We've got Janine. Okay, we've got one from Saudi Arabia there. Nice. Okay. We've got Joan from South Africa, but in New Zealand. Okay. Okay, yep. Jacob, we're going to get started soon. Fantastic. So we've got quite a few from South Africa, and we've got a few from more other places in the world, so that's really, really great. All right, so look, we're going to kick off. I know your time is valuable, so I'm just going to kick off the webinar. It's going to be a great, fantastic webinar today. You're going to learn a lot. Zarelsi is one of the world's experts at helping new immigrant job seekers find jobs. And, we've run this webinar before. The feedback has been absolutely fantastic, so you're really, really going to enjoy it. So let's get started, eh? So who is this webinar for? So this webinar is for all prospective immigrants who want to find a job in their destination country, as well as those immigrants who have moved to the country already. And more specifically, it's for those immigrants that are looking for jobs. Maybe they don't know where to start. Maybe they're a bit overwhelmed with the process. Maybe they're frustrated. I don't know if any of you have been in this situation where, you're looking for jobs. You're sending out hundreds of CVs maybe, and you're not getting replies, you're getting rejected, you're not getting interviews. You may be thinking to yourself, hey, I'm still in my old country, why should I bother finding a job or trying to find a job until I get into my new country? And that's a big question we get all the time is, how is it possible to find a new job when I'm still in my old country? And we're going to cover that topic today. So, if that's you at all, this webinar is for you. You're in the right place. And, our promise to you, so I'm just talking about this in a minute, but our promise to you here is that at the end of this webinar, and I'm going to check at the end of the webinar, you'll be able to take away some clear strategies, tactics, tips and tricks that you can use to give you an unfair advantage in your job finding and job searching process. And that's really our promise to you, is to make sure that you've got a proven blueprint, and that's why we call it the 7-step master plan to finding a job in your new country. And Zarelsi is going to go through the 7 steps and I'm going to show you each of those steps in detail. And I really, as I say, that's our promise. We want to make sure that there's value packed into this webinar and that you go away with something that you can use in your process. Great. So now, what we've done is there's a special gift at the end of the webinar, and I'm not going to tell you what that gift is, but it's one of our paid products. It's something that's going to help you with your job search, but you must stay until the end. It's a bit of a bribe if you want to stay to the end. Now I'm just having a look at something here. I just want to right. Okay. So I just want to check something. Sorry, I thought I had a little bit of a technical glitch. can people see a screen that says our special gift to you? I just want to just check. Sorry to ask again. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. I just thought something popped up on my screen, and I just wanted to make sure that we weren't having a technical problem. So, as I said, it's a free gift to you. It's something that we do sell. It's one of our courses that we've put together. It's specifically focused on one of the elements of finding a job, and we're going to talk about it at the end. So, and it's also just really a thank you as well from myself and Zerelsi for staying on this webinar and attending our webinar today, because I know your time is valuable. So just a couple of housekeeping things before we get into the main content. I really do encourage you to remove all distractions and just give us your focus, please, for the next couple of hours. It's really going to be worth your while. Turn off Facebook, turn off Skype, turn off WhatsApp, take your phone off the hook, turn your mobile off. I know there's a lot of distractions in the world today, but I really do want to encourage you to do that. Now, how to participate? We do ask for participation in our webinars. We don't want this to be a one-way conversation. So we are going to have a Q&A session at the end. Now, if you have questions that pop up as we go through the presentation, by all means put them in the chat. We want your questions. We are going to take your questions at the end of the webinar, and we're going to stay on this webinar for as long as we need to answer every question we possibly can. So we want your participation, and we want you to get the most value out of this webinar. And also, your questions help us to create more valuable content to improve our webinars. We have run this webinar before, and this is our sort of second version. So, we have sort of tweaked a few things, and I really, really, really know that you're going to enjoy it. Now, if you haven't downloaded the worksheet for this webinar, the link was sent out in a number of emails, and it's a bit of a companion worksheet that goes with this webinar. You can download it. It's in the window, the sort of dashboard window. There's a tab there called Handouts, and if you just click the plus button and open up the handouts, there's a link there, and you can download the worksheet that accompanies the webinar and sort of work along with it, because as I say, we want to give you a blueprint or a plan that you can use as you move forward. So, as I said, there's some free stuff at the end. There will be a recorded version, so if you just want to sit there and really focus, you don't need to take notes. You can, by all means, you can. We are recording this webinar. Hopefully, fingers crossed, without if we don't have any technical difficulties, we will have a recording. We can't guarantee it works every time, because unfortunately, tech gremlins come to bite us in the butt at times. But we will do our best to have a recording and get that out to you later, so that you can review that at your discretion. So who are we? So as I said, you're going to be listening to us for the next hour or so. My name's Anton Nadolo, and my good friend and partner in crime is Zerelsi Vandermeer. We run the Q Jumper Factor organisation and teach people how to find jobs and deal with immigration issues around the world. And we really, really love what we do, passionate about what we do, and we're here to share some of that with you today. So, who am I? My name's Anton Nadolo. As I said, I was born and bred in New Zealand. I've been a serial entrepreneur for probably most of my life. I'm a speaker, a published author. I've sort of coached and mentored thousands of students over the last 16 years. I'm the son of a Croatian immigrant. My father immigrated to New Zealand from a small island in the Adriatic coast called Korčula in 1966. And certainly that process wasn't easy. And for those of you that are immigrating to other countries, we know that the immigration process is a challenge. It isn't easy. It is hard. And one of those aspects is finding a job. So we're going to obviously help with that today. So I'm the co-founder and CFO of Q Jumper Factor and the Migration Mentor and Zerelsi.com. Those are our sort of three companies that focus on helping immigrants with some of the challenges they face when they're immigrating to another country. And I live in Wellington, New Zealand, with my partner Juliet and my 8-year-old beautiful daughter, Marina. So that's a little bit about me. So what I'd like to do now is I'm just going to pass over the presentation to Zarelsi, and I'm going to get her to come on the call and talk a little bit about her and her background and what qualifies her to speak about this topic. And she's going to get into the main content of the webinar today, and I will do that now. So just bear with me. I'm going to pass over the presentation. Are you there, Zarelsi?
Yes, I'm here. Can everyone hear me? Good morning from New Zealand. It's only very early in the morning here. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are. I really look forward to your presentation.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Anton, for the introduction, and good morning from New Zealand. I know it must be evening, early evening in South Africa right now. And for those of you around the world, very welcome on our webinar about job finding for immigrants. So I'm not going to waste any time here because we have a lot to cover and a lot of people really eager to learn as much as they can to get this started. A little bit about myself. I was born and bred in South Africa and went to school there, did my university there and worked for the police, among other things, in South Africa, and then immigrated to New Zealand in 2002. And for those of you who has already been through that immigration journey, you will all know how hard it is. And for those who are in the middle of it, it is a pretty tough thing to do. And I struggled for 2 years to try and find a job from a distance while I was still in South Africa. And obviously that job finding is something you have to do to qualify for your visa or your residence permit or some kind of permit to work in your destination country. And since I've been in New Zealand, I just started working with people, working with immigrants, and then helping people do what I did, immigrating to their new country. And I did that one-on-one. And then about a year or 18 months ago, I started taking all the knowledge and the experience I have online because I wanted to just reach people, more people, and make it more affordable and more accessible. And I'm helping people finding jobs. I'm helping them with the psychological and emotional factors of immigration because sometimes those things can be really the things that undermine your successful immigration journey. And now I'm putting all that knowledge and that experience online and online programs. So I cannot just reach one person at a time, but I can reach many people at a time. And many people can access these things in their own time and from wherever they are in the world like you are now. So what do we do? What is the Q-Jumper Factor method that you have seen in these presentations and these workshops and webinars and what we do? Well, we have a couple of pillars about job hunting success, and it's really like a framework. Those are the things that you need to be able to see and to do and to be able to get everything in place and make it like a journey through those pillars. It's steps and it's consecutive steps that you have to follow. And people make the mistake of jumping through steps instead of following this process and then get themselves all confused. Now, I have developed this by trial and error through the